It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. 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 Yes, indeed, this is the Stage and Screen Show with me, Andy Snowden, here on 105 CalonFM. Right, let's do this, shall we?
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. 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 I'm going downtown tonight. What's going on?
Listen, you can get your tickets, but first I've got to tell you about this one that is coming up to Theatre Clwyd on the 8th until the 12th of February. It is called Same Time Next Year. It's being staged by the London Classic Theatre Company on a brand new tour, and I am so pleased. I'm busy today. I've got my second guest is Kieran Buckeridge, and he is lined up now. Kieran.
Yes, hi.
Well, welcome to the Stage and Screen Show. I hope I find you well. It's great to have you along for the ride.
Hello, Andy. Yeah, I'm well, thanks. Very good. You?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for speaking to us this afternoon. I appreciate it.
No worries.
And we've just been saying now that the last 18 months, couple of years, they've been an absolute nightmare for everybody, haven't they? Particularly performers, but to be back on the road doing what you're meant to be doing, it must be great.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's been lovely coming back into it like this. You know, as I say, I've really not done any acting, certainly not on stage, for about 2 years. So coming back to a really lovely, really well-written play with just another actor, it's just a two-hander. It feels like sort of a really nice way in to getting back into work and just being in a rehearsal room, you know, just the whole... during all this, I did a bit of radio, and, you know, you're literally in a sort of airless booth all on your own. Yep. And when you open the doors, on go the masks and everything. But obviously, you know, you're rehearsing a play, particularly this one, about relationships, and it's like normal again, which is what we need, I think.
And as you say, I mean, it's a two-hander, just yourself and Sarah Kempton, right? And
yes, that's right.
I've always wondered, is that a bonus just for the two of you? Because it looks quite nice if you've got a good rapport with your partner to sort of just the two of you playing something out every night. It looks quite nice, but I wonder, is that the truth?
It was a bit daunting, you know. I did The Woman in Black years and years and years ago. Up in Theatre by the Lake in Keswick, which is kind of a two-hander if you don't count the woman. That's a bit of a spoiler. Yeah. So it's quite scary in as much as it's just the two of you. But actually, sometimes that's quite nice. You've just got this other person to bounce off. Yeah. And we've got a lovely rapport. It's been lovely working with Sarah, who I didn't know before this job, so that's really great. And I mean, it is a bit, you know, I know how I'll feel when we open in the wings, the two of us. It's like you're at the top of a roller coaster, just that bit that you're about to tip over the edge. Yeah. And that's the feeling, because there's no stopping once it starts. You don't get those moments off stage. And if you do go off stage, you're frantically changing into another costume. So honestly, we're more busy off stage than we are on. Yeah. So it goes very quickly, I'll tell you that. But you don't notice it's happened.
The practicalities of the COVID thing, I think for producers to put on a two-hander is probably better for them, that they haven't got half a dozen people.
Yes, that's true, actually. Yeah. I mean, the London Classic Theatre, who's producing this show, it's their show, they did Absurd Person Singular in Acorn, which is, I think it's a six-hander. Yeah. And they were doing that throughout a lot of the bad times of COVID. Yeah. And they managed it very well, I have to say. You know, there were obviously ups and downs. No one actually got it during the entire time, which is amazing. But, you know, you read of these stories all the time at the moment, don't you, of understudies and people having to go on. Certainly over Christmas, it's been, you know, grab any old actor that can fill that gap and chuck a script at them and you're on.
Members of the crew at sometimes.
Sorry?
So members of the crew, I've heard.
Oh, I've heard of that as well, yeah. Oh, dear, I'm pretty sure my stage manager does not want to go on for me. But it might happen.
But I think, you know, as well, it's wonderful for you, but it's really great as an audience member to go back and sit and watch live theatre in any space really. But you sat there thinking, am I getting
I can imagine. I think it'd be quite emotional for us to go out there and do it. And also, I mean, obviously people will or will not wear masks in the audience, and that's for them really. I don't know. I lose track of the rules at the moment, as we all do. But it will be great to be in a theatre and seeing people in the audience. It will be lovely. And hopefully it will feel just really normal. That's what I want it to be. But I imagine it will be quite an emotional thing as well,
Yeah, definitely. We better talk about the play. It's called Same Time Next Year. Yeah, tell us about it. What goes on?
Okay, so Same Time Next Year is all about these two people, George and Doris, who meet in a hotel. Well, they meet in a hotel, they meet in a restaurant, and then they go back to a hotel, his hotel, where he's staying. It kind of starts basically with a bit of a one-night stand, really, which turns into this long-term relationship, long-term in as much as it lasts at least 25 years, but only over a single weekend in each year. So the way the play works is that you see us in 1951, I think is the first scene, and then you pretty much see us every 5 years after that until around 1974, 75. So you get a kind of overarching history of America during that period. It's set in California.
Yeah.
And of this relationship. And you don't see all the years, obviously. They meet every year, but we see them in little nuggets, these 5-year chunks, basically. And we kind of catch up on them each time we see them. And we go through, like I say, different eras. We're going through the 50s, 60s, into the 70s. And it's very funny, firstly. Very funny, charming. It's kind of, there's some really quite emotional parts of the play. I didn't realise it would be quite so emotional. So there's a lot in it. I thought it would just be kind of this light, frothy thing, and it really isn't.
Yeah. But I mean, as I said to you earlier, it's a new one on me. But it was made into a film in the mid-70s. So it's been around a while, this one, and it sounds as a concept, it sounds excellent. Actually, I can't wait to see it.
It is. I think it's one of the. I think in America, at least, it's one of the most widely performed plays. But maybe less so here. I hadn't come across it myself, actually, and I was aware of the film, and I haven't seen it, and I think I will put that off until the end of the tour. It's apparently a great film with Alan Alda and Ellen Burstyn. I think she might have won an Oscar for it, actually, or there was certainly Oscar nominations. So I think there will be people that know this play, or at least the film, quite well. I know some people, they used to watch it every year, kind of thing. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's an audience that know this play, or whether it's very new to them. It was very new to me.
I'm not sure if I'm on my own, but I don't think I am. But I think we all like nostalgia. I think we all like taking a step back and having a look. There's a ride actually at Disney World. You've just reminded me of it. That made me think that sounds like that ride where you kind of go through decades, and it's lovely just to sort of, it's the same sort of thing, but 10 years later or whatever.
It's that kind of warm glow of looking back. I think there is a lot of nostalgia in this, and obviously it like I said, it's American history, but there's plenty of similarities between our countries in the style of things, and I think the designers enjoyed working on the costumes for it, because it's, I think when you think it's a two-hander, you look at the rails of costumes, there's just so many. It looks like we're in an epic, but it's just the two of us. But it's nice to see those styles. And I was born just after this play kind of finishes. So I was born in the late 70s. But when I think of my dad, I see a lot of these styles there. So, yeah, it is fairly nostalgic. It's nice.
But you're about to play everywhere, it seems, but you'll be coming to Mould from the 8th of February for a week, I think.
That's it, 8th to the 12th, yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, looking at your CV, you've done a lot of playing around the country.
Playing around the country is right, yeah.
The different audiences, did you get a different reaction from different parts of the country, I wonder?
Yeah, you do, and it's really unexpected, actually, what you get. You can't prejudge it, I have to say. it might just be certain theatres have more of a theatre-going audience, or depends what time of the year. There's so many weird factors to it.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping this one will go down well everywhere we go. I'm really looking forward to coming to Mold, I have to say. I haven't been there. Oh dear, I worked it out and it made me a bit sad. I haven't been there for like 22 years. So near the beginning of my career, I came up there with the Threepenny Opera ages ago. But I remember loving it. So I'm looking forward to going back to the theatre on the hill with the pub opposite.
It's actually being renovated at the moment. So yeah, so you're kind of one of the last people to play in there before it gets a lick of paint. I think it's more to it than that. There's millions being spent on it, but can't wait to see it, Kieran. Thanks ever so much for speaking to us this afternoon. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been lovely talking to you. Thank you. Cheers, Andy. See you.
Take care.
So there you go, Kieran Buckeridge starring alongside Sarah Kempton in the London Classic Theatre's brand new production of Same Time Next Year, playing up at Theatre Clwyd on the 8th to the 12th of February. Box office number up at Theatre Clwyd 01352 344 101. That's 01352 344 101.
Your town, your station, your voice. Afternoons on CalonFM. Listen online at calon.fm.